Euphoria Induction, the euphoria of group participation and fulfilling the members' ideals motivates good behavior and reduces doubt while proving the validity of the group.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily like the euphoria of group participation or like filling the ideals, but there is that concept of gender euphoria, which I think probably fits. And I think it is actually fulfilling the ideals. So, like, when your expression is exactly the way that you want it to be, or when other people perceive you the way that you want them to, whether it's in a binary fashion or they're just confused by you and you're happy about that. I think that's the type of euphoria that really does connect people to it.
So this is a term that some people may be unfamiliar with. When you say gender euphoria, you're talking about a kind of sense of goodness that overwhelms you when your gender expression in the context of the ideology gets accepted by outsiders, so that you feel like you're accepted and you can participate and all your dreams in that regard are fulfilled. How would you describe it?
Yeah. Say that I was wearing something that I felt good in one day, and I identified as a man at that time. Someone at the shops call me sir or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
might experience like a really good, happy feeling about that. And I might call that gender euphoria.
Okay.
There's other sort of versions of it. And for example, I know in some forums there'll be men talking about how they put on clothes or put on makeup and then they feel euphoric, but they're also aroused at the same time. They have a word for it, euphoria boner.
You know what's interesting is that even though I do so much beauty content, one of the things you rarely see is the application process of makeup. I commodify everything in my life. I mean, I do. It's just what I do for a living. The makeup time is a time where like I have the music and I experience the gender euphoria. I think that that is something that I keep very private to myself. And it's something that is very special, very unique. It's an exploratory part. It's very sacred to me, that time.
So sometimes euphoria means other things as well.
So that may be in the autogynephilia population, where there is an arousal dimension to the notion of themselves as the opposite gender that plays some role in their identity as a trans individual.
Yeah, they wouldn't call themselves AGP. The sort of belief within the trans community is that autogynephilia is a pseudoscience and doesn't actually exist. So most of the people that identify with that, they're separate from the trans community in the way that we're talking about it. But there's a lot of behavior that looks exactly like it, exactly like how you would describe autogynephilia. And there's a lot of people explaining it away by using terms like, oh, you were just aroused because you're really happy to be expressing your gender the right way.
I see. It seems like when this shows up, that experience of euphoria, there's something about tying it to the validity of the teachings of the group that makes it especially meaningful and especially important in binding you to the group. Because somebody may have the feeling of feeling good or presenting as the way they want to or passing that gives them a positive feeling. But if it's tied to that means that our group teaching and your identity within the group are right, then it kind of adds that cultiness to it, where it's not just you feeling good, it's you feeling good because of your adherence to our teachings and ideology.
It is a feeling of rightness. Yes, it's very much, and to be contrasted with gender dysphoria, which is a feeling of wrongness. Yeah.
So how strong would you say this played a role?
Probably intense.
Okay.